Welcome, Isaiah. We're thrilled to have you. We're looking forward to getting to learn a bit more about what you're working on and just get to know you better. So why don't we kick it off? Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what institution you're representing, what degree program you're working on, and where are you from?
My name's Isaiah Weiss, and I'm a part of LearnSesh. I am representing Umpqua Community College, where I'm taking computer science classes, and I'm from Fairfield, California, but currently live in Oakland.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. Really making the rounds on the West Coast here. We love to see it. Tell us about your innovation. What are you working on?
LearnSesh is a virtual reality education platform that leverages virtual reality to help students better understand difficult middle school science subjects. So, while that's our initial focus, though, I definitely want to make it clear that it can be expanded to high school, college applications, and even beyond education into the workplace as well. So, really maximizing collaboration and productivity as well.
That sounds incredible to see so many applications from true young learners getting inspired to folks who are doing on the job training later on. This is really fantastic. Can you tell me more about what problem does this address? Why is this so important?
Yeah, so in schools, what we've seen is that there's a lack of resources. This results in a one size fits all approach. And then students are getting left behind at the top and bottom of the class. And then there's engagement and behavioral issues. And ultimately, this all stems from inequities in education. So that's our sole mission right now, is to help all students, regardless of their different learning styles and needs, get to where they need to be.
Awesome. That is really cool. Where did the inspiration for this project come from?
It actually started off as a virtual reality office space concept back in college. When I first was at UC San Diego, I would take all my walls and put whiteboards on them. And I wanted to take that with me. And I realized there were so many ways you could collaborate and increase productivity with virtual reality. And then I met our co-founder, Glenn, who basically was like, yes, I agree with you, but where can we have the biggest impact and help the most people? And that's how we moved to this education space, initially starting with tutoring and transitioning now to K-12 education.
That is a really unique inspiration, and we love it. It's great to hear. Pulling something from your own life and seeing how big of a tool that could grow into is fantastic. As you've started down this path and you've been working on it, what are some of the biggest challenges or obstacles that you're working through?
I'd say the biggest one has been the hardware friction. If you look at most virtual reality solutions, they use, it's called like a Google Cardboard, where you put your phone in there and you can basically, like in 360, look around at different VR concepts. You can look at a heart that's floating or go to the Grand Canyon, but they haven't been able to leverage higher end virtual reality headsets due to the cost. And now that they're coming down, we're finally able to create these more engaging and interactive experiences where you can build a human organ by organ, or you can get inside of a human cell and manipulate it, draw in the middle of space, things like that. That's where we're headed now. That friction of hardware cost, and then also just the R&D side of things that took time, has all finally brought us to this moment.
You mentioned that you were working with a partner. Can you tell me more about the team you've put together, how you guys got connected, and also what are some of the other folks in your support system that you've been building?
Yeah, Glenn, the other co-founder, he handles the technical management, and he studied computing in the arts. So lots of UI, UX, human computer interaction. And then our other team member, Jeremy, he studied computer science. Throughout this process, we've worked with different contractors from different countries and had student interns. So it's been a really great experience for us. And then all unified, though, together by how can we create more equitable education.
That's incredible. Quite a journey to get you here. So, what's inspired you to continue to do this as part of Invent Oregon?
I was told about Invent Oregon by my professor at Umpqua Community College. His name is Professor Yip. Once hearing about innovation and competition, those are two things I love. I definitely was excited to be a part of it in any way possible. And also, so far, what I've really loved is being able to revisit our value proposition, because as most people who've been a part of startups know, your business model is constantly evolving and figuring out your positioning. So it's been really good for us to get that reevaluation of where we stand and where we want to be.
What are you hoping to gain further than just some of these bricks and layers from your experience with Invent Oregon? What are you really hoping to achieve through this?
I'd say getting networked with people with technical expertise, with different, potentially getting introductions to school districts and different educators, getting feedback on the prototype that we're going to be demoing at the booth. So I'd say that in addition to hopefully getting in front of some venture capitalists or getting prepared as we look to raise a seed round.
That's fantastic. We love to see that kind of ambition and use of the InventOR network. It's really wonderful. What do you think sets you apart from the competition? What's something that you want the judges to understand about what you're working on?
In education and in general, the approach has been you give someone tools and they figure out if that tool works for them or not. They kind of configure themselves to use that tool the best of their abilities. But our long-term focus and part of our initial prototype is going to show that tools can adjust to the user. So getting rid of that idea of you have to adjust yourself, but saying, no, you have your unique learning styles and needs, and we're going to give you a tool that's going to maximize your different strengths and then help you get to where you need to be learning wise. That's really our unique way we see to approach equitable learning.
That's very admirable. And I know that you've been on this journey for a little while as an entrepreneur, as an innovator. What's important for you to see out of your fellow competitors as they're also going down the path of entrepreneurship, some of them just starting out?
I'm excited to see people taking unique approaches and really thinking outside the box. When we were at the semifinals, it was definitely inspiring to see other people who are staying on the forefront of innovation. So I can't wait to see what they're able to build since the semifinals.
Isaiah, that is incredible. I'm sure you will have just as much influence and impact on your fellow competitors' projects and lives as they have on you. And we really cannot wait to see what comes out of LearnSesh as you build this and you really make some change out there and see more equity in learning. It's wonderful. Can't thank you enough for being with us today, and we really wish you luck in your journey.
Thank you for the opportunity.